Welcome everyone to our class of 2020 senior showcase, and it's real cool today to have Reanne Weil joining us. So Reanne, if you wouldn't mind, just take a minute and share a little bit about yourself and kind of what your last few years, what you've been involved with, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Okay, perfect. So hi everyone, like you said, I'm Reanne Weil. I'm a senior at Prairie Ridge, and throughout my 4 years, I've been really involved with sports and clubs. I have participated in cheerleading, soccer, student council, choir, National Honor Society, news team, senior project, and the musical. And I became a student council board member when I was a sophomore, so I have also been a part of a smaller group of students in the council that really just takes charge and creates what the rest of the council will be doing. So I've been pretty involved and it's kept me busy, and that is why during this quarantine I've been very confused because I've never had time to just sit down and relax.
So with that being said, since you kind of brought up the quarantine, what have you found you've been doing to kind of occupy your time during this time?
My family and I have actually bonded more than we did in the past, so I think that's good for us. And we've been taking walks around the neighborhood. I can name every single house in the neighborhood now. We have been watching Disney movies, and we actually took a day each week where each of my sisters and I cook something for dinner so that it takes the hands off my mom. So I've been learning how to cook, and I think that'll help me for the future as well.
Oh, that's awesome. So, all right. So what's the special Reanne Weil dish?
Macaroni and cheese so far. My aunt is actually really good at making homemade mac and cheese, so I took that recipe and I made it for my family. And then I also did a lot of pizza because my day is Friday. So when we started quarantine, we were in Lent, and we couldn't have meat on Friday. So I'm like, okay, pizza.
Got it. So, all right. So give me a quick rundown. What's your mac and cheese? Anything special? What do you make it with?
We do the noodles obviously, and then we like make this. It's hard to explain. We make this sauce where you put in the butter and then you like melt it with baking powder. I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe it's wrong. No, something like that. And then you put the cheese in there. It's hard to explain, but it's very good.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So anyone who's out there, now you know Reanne can make a mean mac and cheese for all the end of the year parties. You brought up your family, spending time with them. Do you mind kind of sharing with everyone who all your siblings are, your parents, kind of their names and where they go, what do they do, kind of stuff?
Sure. So my dad's name is Jim, and he has been working during this quarantine. He's an essential worker. He works for a cleaning business, and his business is booming right now because everything needs to be cleaned. My mom's name is Sharice, and she's staying home with us and helping us keep our sanity going. My oldest sister's name is Ariane, and she's actually a third grade teacher at Prairie Elementary in near like the Stevenson High School area in Buffalo Grove. So it's been a challenge for her on a different level, trying to teach students, especially 8-year-olds, how to manage the e-learning world, but she's doing well at it, and it's really cool to watch her like navigate this just as much as we all are. My second sister is Kiara, and she is a junior at Western Michigan, and she actually just finished her finals week, so now she's done. And then my other sister's name is Melina, and she's a sophomore at Whitewater, Wisconsin, and she is kind of on the same schedule as us, so she's going to be done in about 2 weeks or so.
Awesome. So your sister's at Whitewater. Where are you going to be taking your travels?
I'm going to be going to Winona State next year in Minnesota, and I will be majoring in journalism and playing on the Division II soccer team.
What made you pick Winona State?
I actually went through a long journey of schools because I was thinking I wanted to stay local, and so I was looking at all the Chicago schools, and then I had heard from a couple schools when I was a sophomore that were interested in me, and Winona was actually one of them. And I know that there was a girl who played for South High School that went to Winona, and so I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, this school reached out to me a long time ago, like, is there spots on the team still available, just things like that. And she really talked up the school for me, and so last summer we went and visited, and right when I stepped on campus, I was like, this is beautiful. It feels like a whole new world over here. So I immediately fell in love with it before I even knew that I could land a spot on the team. And I also knew that Jacob Bowman, Zach O'Bernson, and Joe Kerr had to play football there. And so I was thinking, okay, well, at least I know somebody that's going to go there. And it just really all connected and fell into place for me.
Oh, that's awesome. So you said that Winona, you just kind of fell in love with it, journalism. So if we look forward 10 years now, what's the ideal spot? What's life look like? What are you doing?
I hope that I am on the football field or the basketball court being the sports broadcaster for a certain team. I hope that I can follow a certain team and just like travel with them because I really love the idea of traveling. And I also have always wanted to be on TV. And since I have such a love for sports, I figured that sports broadcasting is going to be the right path for me. So hopefully you'll find me on TV.
That's awesome. And no doubt you'll make it. So that's cool. All right, we might as well just jump right in then. So you brought up doing things with soccer, right? And that was obviously a big part of your life. Tell me kind of how you and the other ladies on the team are doing, and kind of the shock of kind of your season not happening, and after all, and because you didn't have any games yet, did you?
No, we didn't. No. We were supposed to have our first game the week after we got released from school, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we were supposed to have our first game that Thursday before spring break, but we didn't have that, and we didn't have our pictures either, so we don't have pictures as a team. But we've all been pretty well. We created one of those videos where we juggle with the toilet paper, and then you like pass it on and you connect the video, so it was fun. We talked to each other a couple times, and yesterday they actually reached out to me in our group chat, and they compiled videos of them saying hi to me and just like reaching out because I was the only senior who made varsity this year, so they all made a video and sent it to me as my senior night.
Oh,
and,
nice.
That was super cute to see, and I just miss everyone so much, and it definitely hits differently from a athletic component, as I'm sure it does for baseball, softball, and track. And it's just hard, as I'm sure it is for everyone, but I think that knowing that I have the teammates going through the same exact thing is what's making it more okay and just satisfying, I guess.
Got it. So if you look back, say you just look back on the senior year from the start of the year, what are some of the cool memories that you look back on and go, that was awesome, I really enjoyed that?
I definitely think that homecoming week has been my favorite week of all 4 years. I think it's just every tradition that we have is amazing, and I said that homecoming week is just amazing with all the traditions we have. It's wonderful to see the school come together for just a couple of days. And I mean, cheering for the football team with them scoring 500 points each game, like the push-ups are worth it, I swear. I think that them going to state each 3 times out of the 4 years in high school is also amazing. Not many people can say that they've been there to experience that. Along with that, cheerleading for me, going to state for the first time in 4 years was a surreal experience. Definitely something I'll hold on to. And then I said that going to and deciding to join the musical was a surreal experience for me because I've always been an audience member who was just in awe of their talent. And I was thinking, okay, it's senior year, time to join something new. And so I'm really happy that I did it because I was overwhelmed in the best way possible with the amount of talent and just joyfulness that one little department can bring.
All right. So what was your role in the musical this year?
I was a dancer, and I was in like group 1, I think, for the dancing is what we called it. And so I was just a tap dancer on the side, and I really had fun with it.
Well, with all your cheerleading background, I'm sure it was like no problem for you, right?
It was definitely challenging to tackle musical and cheer at the same time because they did have that overlap during the winter. But I think that that's just kind of who I am. I'm used to tackling a whole bunch of things at once, so it came easy for me, and it was really great to witness.
Hey, I don't want you glossing over that huge accomplishment with the cheerleading team. What did that mean? And talk about that experience a little bit with the other ladies off the team, because I mean, personally watching it online, I think you guys got shafted a little bit, but we won't show sour grapes there. But what was that experience like with all the other girls?
It was, I mean, we had 14 seniors on the team, and I think 12 of us or 11 of us actually competed on the mat. And I think that knowing that you have that community and that bond of the people you've grown up with is just amazing to feel. And we were backstage, is what I guess they call it. And we were all just looking at each other thinking, okay, this is the last time we're going to do this thing. And then when you go out there and the lights are coming down, it's like you're on a stage and the huge Illinois State arena, like it's so indescribable, but it's the best feeling to know that you're right there next to the people you've grown up with and just been with your whole life. And it was amazing. And I think that we did get a little shafted, but I think that we put out there what we could have. We had so many people that were sick on the team. I mean, who knows, we had the flu back then. And then, I mean, being able to still do what we did under those circumstances was just amazing to know that we're a team who can push through things and still make out a great result.
Oh yeah, no, it was awesome. Congratulations to you guys on that. What a great memory that's going to be. Now, so looking back on all 4 years, obviously there's been special teachers, coaches, administrators that have kind of touched your life. Any one or two people that were really extra special in that in your last 4 years?
Definitely. I've had so many teachers. I mean, anybody who goes through PR is going to be grateful to have any teacher in the building. They're all so passionate about what they do. And I was lucky to have some of the extraordinary teachers that we do have. And I would say that first and foremost, Dr. Cook is a huge impact on my life. He runs the school in so many ways possible that he just touches everyone, but me especially. He became that figure that I didn't think I needed in my life, and he just fit right in. And he's so positive all the time. He makes it seem like he's not our principal, but at the same time, he really is. And I've just been grateful to get to know him over the years. Along with that, I had Mrs. Tagey as my Spanish teacher for 3 out of the 4 years. And she is just such a light in my life. She would always have a positive attitude and make it seem like we were at another home away from home. And I think that is really positive and just encouraging to have in a teacher. So
That's awesome. Has she convinced you to try to go study abroad in Barcelona?
I think so. I'm thinking about it. As long as this corona is gone.
With that being said, with everything, what has, all right, you learned how to cook, okay, but just the perseverance of kind of going through this, what would you say is something that you learned about your inner self about during this process?
I've learned that it's really okay to take time and be with the people that you love. I've always gone through life so fast, just worrying about the next thing and, okay, what do I have to do now? And how do I get a better grade? Or how do I score a different goal? And I think it's really nice to sit down and reflect on what we have and be so grateful for everything that we have. Like, something I realized I didn't think I could miss is actually the Prairie Ridge cafeteria, because I'd always be like, oh, it's so loud, you know. But I think that knowing that you're in a place where you're loved and you're welcomed and you're wanted is just so empowering to have. And I think that it's something I definitely took for granted, because never would I think of missing someplace like school or even a cafeteria. But then you get home and you realize you can't do anything but think. And I've just been so grateful with everything in my life. And I think sitting down and reflecting is probably something that everybody should do, and probably everyone has.
Oh, awesome. No, that's great. Now, a lot of people, and Dr. Cook included, always talks about this. So now that you're going to be an alum, what's the phrase "once a wolf, always a wolf" mean to you?
I think that once a wolf, always a wolf is definitely stems from once a wildcat, always a wildcat from High School Musical. But I think that it's something that we have that a lot of people can't say that they have. I mean, we went through Prairie Ridge, and we are a part of a community that is like no other. And I'm proud to know that I was a part of something as great as Prairie Ridge. And I think that just the community we have, I'm going to keep using that word because we all come together. I know everybody in the hallway, everyone's smiling, and there's people everywhere just bringing off this joy that you can't even try to have a bad day, because there's always going to be someone there, whether it's a teacher, a staff member, a janitor, just anybody in the hallway is always willing to be there. And I think that it's something I'm going to hold on to with me the rest of my life, just knowing that you got to be that positive person for someone, because positivity is what makes the world go around. And I think that knowing that I was a wolf is going to just stay with me, and definitely not something I'm going to regret.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, being at home, you said you guys have been rotating cooking. Is there any places that you decided, hey, this is my favorite kind of go-to for takeout?
Actually, we have made Saturday our takeout day. So we've gone to Panera, we've had Chili's, we've had Kyoto, Buffalo Wild Wings. What else do we have? I think we had Outback one night. So we've just kind of been bouncing around, got to help the small businesses. And I think that if I had to pick a favorite place that we've eaten so far, it's definitely Kyoto, but I do regret it the next day because it doesn't sit very well. But it's good to have. It's good in the moment.
You don't enjoy the refried rice the next day, or no?
I don't think so.
All right. What is that maybe only your closest friends or family know, but what's one thing that people that just don't know about you?
I have never been out of the country, which is also something that's why I want to study abroad, because I've never left and I have only been to a few states. So I think that's kind of a somewhat interesting fact about me. I also have a turtle. A lot of people don't know, but we have a pet turtle at our house.
What kind of turtle?
He's a yellow belly. He is like the size of my palm. He's not getting any bigger. We've had him for like 5 years and he hasn't grown at all.
How long do they live?
They live really long. The paperwork that came with him said he can live to be 100, so maybe he'll be in the house when we're not.
Wow. What's his name?
Pancake.
Pancake. And who got to name him?
My sister, actually, she got to name him Kiara.
Gotcha. So, all right. Well, you know what? First of all, I just want to thank you for being a wonderful example to your classmates, for just always having that great school spirit and that smile that you have. And just want to wish you the best on everything. And just thank you for taking this time to reach out to your classmates and the community. You've been terrific. So thank you very much.
And thank you for doing this. We appreciate you.
All right.
Oh, there's so many.
Oh, I know there are.
I've actually been at home. I've been juggling for soccer, not like this juggling, but with your feet. And because it's one of my tests for Winona that I have to pass in order to play at one of the games. And I juggled to 110, so I'm very proud.
Juggled to 110. So explain to me how you juggle in soccer. You mean just tapping back and forth?
Yeah, so like if my hands were my feet, you just have to pass it within each other. You can use your knees or like whatever, obviously not your hands, but you just have to have the ball in between your feet and keep tapping on the top.
That's awesome. Now, were you like videoing it so you could show proof that you did it, or is that
Yeah,
just?
actually, I do. I did record myself.
Wow, you got to put that out on Twitter. But we want to make this a positive time for you guys instead of thinking about all the negative, just all the good things you guys have done and what you're going through. So, but all right. Well, thank you again so much. You were great, and it was always. I'll miss seeing your smile on the sideline next year, with always the thumbs up. Yeah, there you go. And but say hi to your folks and your family, and again, God bless. Thanks so much.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Reanne. See ya.
Bye.
Everybody just clap your hands.